Hi yogis, YOGIWHALE here. Today I've got a 30-minute morning Energiser flow. I was bitten by 1,000 mosquitoes filming this, so I hope it's worth it. It's a great way to start your day. It's got lots of back bends, so listen to your body. If there's something you don't feel comfortable doing, then you don't do it. There's different variations and ways that you can access the pose, which I'll talk you through during the practice. At the end, leave me a comment, tell me what you thought. Wish me luck for my mosquito bites. Share the video, subscribe, do all the other things that I can't remember that you have to do online these days. And if you're ready, get something comfortable on, leave your pyjamas on, and I'll see you on the mat. So yogis, just arrive into your mat, finding a comfortable cross-legged seated position. You can sit on a cushion for this to raise your hips, or you can sit on your sit bones. And just getting into the right posture by inhaling your shoulders up to your ears, pushing them back, and then letting them drop. Now you can feel your back is nice and straight, upright, your chest open, ready to take some nice deep breaths. And before we start our morning Energizer, before we start any sort of movement today, I just want you to set your intention for your practice, for your day. Whether you are practicing in the morning or at another time of the day, how is the rest of the day going to look for you? Ask yourself, what will you do differently? And how will you feel accomplished at the end of the day? Perhaps arriving to your mat and practicing yoga is the goal that you wanted to tick off for your day, so you can do that. Because sometimes this is not an easy space to arrive to. But you did, and if that was difficult today, then well done. So set an intention for your day, for your practice. And now we're going to take 10 big sun breaths. So inhaling to draw your shoulders and hands to meet at the top. Exhaling your hands down. Big inhale as you reach. Exhaling your hands down. So taking 8 more of these, make them expansive. Bring your whole body up and expand, and then let your breath come out as you come down. Nice quality breaths here. Just as we draw all this air in, preparing our body for some movement. Let's take your last couple here. Big inhales and exhales. And now we're just going to start to move slightly, so you can grab hold of your knees, and you're going to do some circular movements from the bottom of your spine, some circumductions, feeling your whole body move round like you're in a whirlpool, making some nice big movements with your spine. And then changing the direction, keeping your breathing steady as you're moving round. A few more in this way, and then bringing it into stillness. So now we'll take some seated cat-cow. So draw your chest forward, lift your gaze slightly, and on your exhale, crunch your chin to chest and arch your back. Inhale, bringing your body forward. Exhale to crunch. Inhale, expand your chest, and then exhale, contract it in, and just bringing it back to your neutral spine. Taking your left arm down, take a side bend, reach over with your right arm, feeling an opening in the right side of your body, and then as you inhale, take it over to the other side, and then exhale, stretch over to the right. We'll do a few more a little bit faster. So inhale, take your body over to the left, and switch it over, take it to the right, over to the other side, nice big reach, and finishing off on your right side. Back to neutral, back to center, and then lifting your arms up through center, you're going to twist over to the left hand side. So bring your left arm behind your body, bring your right arm to your knee, and use your knee in the ground just to push yourself into a gentle twist. On your next inhale, inhale your arms up and then take it over to the other side. Again, just using the tension from the ground and the knee to gently twist a little bit further. And then taking some a little bit faster here, over to the left hand side. Inhale your arms up to exhale over to the right. Taking one more on each side, through and down. And then our last one on our right side. And then bringing your arms up, you're now going to, on your exhale, cactus your arms down. So squeeze your scapula together, lift your gaze slightly. Inhale your arms up, reach, and then exhale, squeeze your scapula. Inhale up, and then exhale, expand and reach. Make yourself really broad here. And then inhale your arms. Now imagining there's a beautiful fruit tree. You can choose the fruit, apples, pears, lemons, limes, and you're going to reach for each fruit one at a time, one arm at a time, and every time that you pick a fruit, it gets higher and higher, so you have to really reach with your whole body to be able to fill your basket of fruit. Exhaling your arms down. And now we're going to turn to face the long side of the mat, coming onto your knees. You can either sit on your heels or you can sit on your toes, placing your arms just behind you. And we're going to start with our first really gentle back bends, just inhaling your hips forward. You can relax the neck here if it feels good, but just taking some baby camel poses. These back bends are really good for our energizing poses today, squeezing your adrenal glands, compressing the heart as you reach it forward, and activate your sympathetic nervous system, so really get your body ready to start your day. Taking a few more of these in your own time. Doesn't need to be a big movement. Just taking your last one, and then sitting onto your heels, now moving your arms forward, taking some wrist rolls here, just taking out any tension that you might have created in your wrists, as well as giving them a little bit of self-care, rolling them in either direction, looking after our arms. And then setting up to a tabletop, you're going to place your wrists right underneath your shoulders and then gently lunging forward, just putting a little bit more weight up and down the forearms so you can feel those muscles stretch. Again, you don't need to go far here. Looking at your fingertips now towards your knees, so you're on the backs of your palms. And again, if it feels comfortable, just some gentle movement, not putting too much weight here on your wrists. Placing your fingers out to the side and then moving your body from side to side. Allowing your arms to open, your wrists to stretch before we put any real body weight on them. And now, bringing your arms forward, setting up a tabletop so that we can prepare for our downward dog. Bring your elbows toward your knees, tuck your toes, and then use the ground to lift into a downward dog. Starting to now move the legs, lifting one heel at a time, lengthening through the spine. Starting to introduce our whole body to some movement now. Bringing it to stillness, looking towards your arms and then taking some really small steps, coming onto your tiptoes if needed, reaching your arms in a forward fold. And then cross your fingers together, just place them at the back of the head. Use the weight of your arms and some gravity, knocking from side to side just to lengthen through the spine and the cervical. Make sure it feels comfortable in your neck. Inhaling to halfway and just pausing here for a moment just to regulate, not getting up too fast and feeling dizzy. Exhale to a forward fold, and then inhale, reach all the way up, bring your hands together at prayer and bring them down to your heart. So now that we've made it up to standing, we're going to cycle and flow quickly through 5 sun salutations A, taking some back bends on the way. So inhale your arms up, let them meet at the top, taking a little back bend here. Exhale your arms down into a forward fold. Inhale halfway. And then exhale, place your hands, step back to a plank, either through your knees or full chaturanga. Exhaling your body to the ground. Inhale, low cobra or up dog. And on your exhale, lifting yourself back to a downward dog. Just taking an inhale here to reset. And on your exhale, prepare, start to lift your heels, bend your knees, and then hop forward. Inhale halfway. Exhale and fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up, let your hands meet, and then come back to prayers. That was one. Inhale, slight back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to a halfway lift. And then exhale, place your hands, step back to a plank, either taking it through your knees or a full chaturanga. Inhaling up dog, low cobra. Exhaling to a downward dog. Taking a reset here to inhale. And then exhale to prepare by lifting your heels, bend your knees, and then hop or walk forward. Inhale halfway. Exhale and fold. Inhale all the way up, taking a back bend, and then bring your hands to hearts. That was two. Inhale, hands up, back bend. Exhale and fold. Inhale to a halfway lift. Place your hands on your exhale and step back to a plank, ready to lower as you exhale through, and then inhale and lifting up. On your exhale, take it back to downward dog. Inhale, and then on your exhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, and then hop or walk forward. Inhale to a halfway. Exhale and bow. Inhale all the way up and reach. Exhale, hands to heart. That was three. Inhale, back bend and reach. Exhale, bow down to the ground and fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale, place your hands. Choose your version, whether you want to go through your knees or full chaturanga. And then on your exhale, coming back to your downward dog. Inhale here and reset. Exhale and start to prepare. Lift in your heels, bend in your knees, look forward, walk or hop. Inhale halfway. Exhale and fold. Big reach, reverse swan dive. Inhale up. And then bring your hands to heart. That was four. So we'll take our last one. Inhale and reach. Exhale. Coming down to the ground. Inhale halfway. And then placing your hands. Step back to a plank. Choose how you want to lower yourself to the ground. Once you're there, inhaling through a low cobra or an up dog. And then exhale to downward dog. Take your reset breath here. On your next exhale, lift your heels, bend the knees, and then make your way to the front of the mat. Inhale into a halfway. Exhale, bow. Inhale, reach your whole body up, and then bring your hands to heart center. Well done. Just taking a few breaths here to observe, to check in with your body. Did it feel warm? Yeah, your breath's a bit heavier. Check in with any sensation that you've created here in your body. Allowing a moment of stillness during the movement. Always checking in with your body, with your mind, deciding whether you need to spend a little bit longer here by clicking pause or ready for some movement. If you are ready to move, then inhale and reach, and then take a seat in Utkatasana, chair pose, bringing your hands to your heart at prayer, checking your form here. So looking down toward your knees, making sure it's not coming too far forward over your toes. And then start to twist to the right hand side. So bringing your left elbow to your thigh or your knee. Taking your gaze upwards. Taking a nice spinal twist here. You might start to feel the tops of your thighs start to get a little bit tense. Start to get warm. So just take yourself out of your seat. Allow them to reset. And when you're ready, inhale, reach up, sit into your chair pose, and then start to twist over to the left hand side. So this will be your right elbow to your thigh or your knee, holding it here. Option to take the gaze upwards, standing strong in your chair. And then bring your body back through to center, back through to chair pose, lifting out of it into mountain pose. And if you can feel it in your thighs, just start to march on the spot. Take out any contractions that you've created in your muscles. Let them reset and return to normal. And then ready to reach, inhale, take a back bend, and then exhale, bow down to the ground. Inhale, come up to halfway, and then on your exhale, plant your hands on the ground, step your right foot back. You can flatten your back foot here, coming onto your knee, bringing your hands to heart center. And here we're going to take a twist to our left. So bringing your right elbow to your right knee or thigh, taking the same form that we had in our chair, but this time supported on our legs. So taking some deep breaths here. You've got an option to stay in this twist, or you can open and expand through your arms, using the ground to support you, reaching up, and then bringing your hands back to heart, bringing them to center, placing them on the ground. Option to take a chaturanga here, so through your plank, down to the ground, inhale into up dog, and then exhaling to a downward dog. So we'll be doing the same on the other side now. So we're just going to find our way there. Inhaling to prepare, and then exhale, bend your knees, lift your heels, hop forward, up to halfway lift, down to the ground, all the way and reach. Take a little bonus back bend if you like, and then bring your hands to heart center. Ready to go on the other side. Reaching up. On your exhale, squeeze all the air out and bow. Inhale, come to a halfway lift. And now plant your hands. You're going to step your left foot back. Same again, flatten the foot onto your knee. Find a strong position in your low lunge. Take a nice deep breath, ready to prepare for our twist. And then this time you're going to take your left elbow to your right knee or thigh and move into a twist here. Option to stay here throughout. Reap all the benefits of this really nice stretch up and down the spine. Or there's another option if you'd like to. You can open and expand through the arms using the pivot of your knee to reach. Taking your gaze just past your arms, maybe your fingertips down just to the mat. Expanding a little bit more through the pose. But if not, just stay in your twist. Bringing your hands together, back to your low lunge, taking yourself through an optional chaturanga into a plank, down to the ground, and then inhale up dog or low cobra. On your exhale, back to downward dog. Take an inhale and reset. On your exhale, just bringing yourself down to your knees, and then stack your body up above your knees, above your hips. We're going to cycle through some camel twists, which we've been preparing our body for with all these back bend and twists. Just flick a mosquito off my arm, getting bitten to death. I'll just demonstrate it for you first. You're going to swing your arm round and touch your heel, making a full range of motion in the shoulder blade, and then change it over to the other side. So just join in when you're ready, twisting your arm round and letting your gaze follow your arm until it taps the heel, and then bringing it back the other side. So just cycle through this in your own time. If the speed is a bit fast, then you can slow it down. Making sure that your whole body is moving here, that you're getting this full range of mobility in your shoulder. It's quite challenging, but it's a really good movement for your back, for those scapula, the trapezius muscles that sometimes get a little bit tight in our working days. So just taking a few more of these, one at a time, and then bringing it to stillness. So now we're going to take another variation of camel. So you can continue with the camel twist if that's what you feel you need to do, if it's good for you. Otherwise, another option is you can tuck your toes, lift your heels, and then one at a time reaching each arm back to grab the back of the heels, at the same time pushing your hips forward, expanding through your chest, and then relaxing the neck if it feels good, and taking this option of a camel pose. Don't stay in it too long, just bringing your arms forward. So that's one option that you can explore, or continue with your camel twists. Or you can flatten the feet on the ground and then bring your arms around the same way that you did, one at a time, with the full range from your shoulder blade, and take this version of a camel as well. Whatever you've chosen today, you're still getting all of the benefits. So wherever you got to, just bring yourself to stillness. Just take a child's pose. And then just extend through the back so you can walk your fingertips out a little bit further. Really reach and stretch. A nice counter pose to these back bends that we've been doing. So we're really taking care of our spine today. And then just bring yourself back up. So as another option to cycle through it again, so you can choose your version, whether you want to take some camel twists, whether you want to take it with your toes tucked and heels lifted, or with your feet flat on the ground. Like I said, whichever version that you've chosen today, whether it's in stillness or taking some camel twists, you're getting all the benefits of a back bend. And then wherever you got to, bring your arms down, take a child's pose, and just extend here. Your counter pose to your camel, nourishing your spine in every way possible. Making sure your breaths are still nice and deep. So we've got one more chance here to take a variation of camel pose. So you don't have to stick with the same one that you've been doing. You can change it round, you can take it back to the camel twist. I've tucked my toes for this one to lift my heels, just to get a different sensation in the body. So you decide how you'd like to spend your last back bend, your last exploration of these camel variations. Breathing into any part of your body that you've opened up. And wherever you got to, coming out of it just as carefully, and finding that child's pose so that we can bring restoration to our spine and rest here. Enjoying these moments of stillness as we start to slow down the practice, bringing it down now, closer to the ground, closer to the mat. So just for our next stretch, just inhale to a downward dog to prepare. Exhale here. And then on your inhale, lift the right leg up and then step it forward on the outside of your right hand, finding a lizard pose here. So you can stay here if this feels good, if you feel like you're getting a nice deep stretch in the thighs and the hips. There's a couple of options though. From here you can twist out your ankle, you can come onto your elbows, taking the stretch a little bit deeper, a little bit lower. You can find some stillness here if you like. You can climb out of it a little bit and start to push the front knee out, taking a little twist as well. But again, it's your practice. So listen to your body. See what feels good. Don't do anything that feels uncomfortable, that feels painful. You're still getting all the benefits by simply being here on your mat. Either staying in stillness in your lizard, or you can climb out and reach back. An option to bring your left foot towards your right hand. They might meet, they might not. It's just an option. Explore what's available for you today. And remember, if you choose stillness in the pose, that's fine too. wherever you got to, just start to climb out of the lizard now. Just taking some little lunges and pulses forward, and then bring your right foot to meet your left. Pause in here just for a moment in plank. An option to drop your knees, but challenge your body, and then bring yourself down to the mat, down to the earth. Inhale through a low cobra, and then on your exhale, bring yourself back to a downward dog. Ready to prep for the other side. So inhale the left leg up to three-legged dog, and then step it on the outside of your left hand. And then find what works on this side. Remember, we're not always built symmetrically. It's not how our bodies are meant to feel. So it might feel a bit tighter, a bit looser, depending on how you carry your body. So what might have been easier or accessible on your right side may feel easier or challenging here. So find where you need to get to. I know for me this is my tighter side, so I tend to spend this in a bit more stillness, trying to enjoy the benefits of the stretch. You can climb out a little bit and just push the left knee outwards as an option. You can reach back, seeing if you grab your right foot towards your hand. All different ways that you can explore this stretch, but wherever you got to, just starting to climb out, taking some little lunges, bringing your left foot to meet your right, and then holding your plank, coming down to the ground. Inhale through a cobra, and then on your exhale, just bringing your body back to a child's pose. Taking a nice restorative and passive stretch here in your back. Just being content with your practice today, with wherever your body got to, however you moved your body, being happy with how it was and how it is. And now you're going to turn your body now round, allowing yourself enough room at the back of your mat for your head, lowering slowly down to the mat, keeping your knees raised, walking your feet a little bit closer into your sit bones. Use your fingers as a guide just to see if you can just about reach the back of the heels, or at least towards that direction. And then similar to what we did at the beginning of the practice, but now using a supine version, you're going to lift your hips, taking these bridge poses, cycling your body through this, and at the top of the lift, just squeeze your glutes together. Really feel them press. And on your exhale, lowering down, inhaling to lift, cycling through. A few more of these in your own time, these bridge lifts. Just taking your last one here, holding it, squeezing the glutes, squeeze, 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 and then let it return to the mat. Take out any tension. Arms out to a T. You're going to knock your knees over to the left hand side. So we've been practicing a lot of twists throughout our practice today, so just another one of those, but again using the mat and gravity to access some different parts of the twist, allowing it to be a bit more restorative rather than challenging. So just pause in here in stillness in your twist. Taking some deep breaths, moving your knees now over to the other side, taking your gaze in the opposite direction, and pausing here. How does your body feel? Checking in with how it feels after your practice, to how it felt at the beginning. Being grateful that you moved your body today, that you turned up. And now just slowly knocking your knees from side to side, letting your neck follow in the opposite direction. Feel your core engaging as it's lifting your knees through from side to side. And then bring your knees into your chest, grab hold of your shins. You can stay here if you like, opening up through the hips. Another option is to grab your toes into a happy baby, rocking gently from side to side, taking a little massage on your back. Staying here in happy baby if that feels good, or you can start to alternate your legs, stretching one out at a time, seeing how that stretch feels. Our final bit of movement before we close our practice today. So from here, just bring your knees tighter towards your chest, bring your forehead up to your knees, curl yourself into a little ball and squeeze yourself really small. Squeeze yourself tense tighter and tighter. Take a big inhale, and on your exhale, just expand. Allow your body now to fall down into your Shavasana, into your final asana, your final resting pose. Tucking your shoulder blades together, your arms out long, palms facing the ceiling, feet a little bit wider than the mat, and just allow yourself to sink now and feel heavy. Taking a big inhale, and on your exhale just sigh it out. Allow yourself to get even heavier. So you can stay in Shavasana for a few minutes by clicking pause here, or if you're ready, you can start to wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingertips. Take a full body stretch, start your day again. That lovely stretch that you do when you wake up. You can start again here. And then just knocking your knees over to the right side, taking your body over to the right, our yang side, considered to be our fiery and energetic part of our body. Pausing here just for a moment, taking some time to be grateful for our health, for being able to move our body and practice yoga. Taking a moment to be grateful for our safety and our freedom. And then nice and slowly start to come up to a seated position, keeping the eyes closed if it's comfortable. Bringing your hands at heart once you're there. Now bringing your hands up to your forehead to go forward from here with kind and loving thoughts. Bring your hands to your mouth to go forward from here with kind and loving words. And bring your hands back to your heart, going forward from here with kind and loving actions. Starting to blink the eyes open now, letting in the light, giving me a big smile, and thank you very much for practicing with me today. Whether it's good morning, good afternoon, good night, take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you soon.